Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Angie from Ange'luscious Authentic Dishes, and today I'll be making some yellowtail snappers. I love snappers. They're meaty, they're good, and they stand up to the sauce. As you can see, I have all my ingredients in place. It makes my life, it simplifies my life. Once everything is prepped, it makes the cooking process a whole lot easier. I've always stated that prepping is actually the hardest part of cooking. Once that's done and completed and out of the way, then you can just focus on preparing whatever dish it is that you're actually preparing. Now, I use a lot of herbs and spices. As you can see, I've got pimento seeds and I've got some dried bay leaf, tomatoes. I've got everything here for me. I prefer to use Himalayan salt. I do use sea salt and kosher salt sometimes. I also prefer to use cayenne pepper because it is absorbed into the body much better than black pepper. But if you prefer to use black pepper, that's fine. And as for the Himalayan salt, the pink Himalayan salt, I enjoy using that because it has 84 minerals that the body needs. So not only is it adding flavor to the food, it's mineralizing your body. And if you suffer from high blood pressure, then this is something that you may want to consider using because it may assist with reducing the high blood pressure. Now I've got all my fishes seasoned, and if you'd like to get more instructions, you can log on to my website at Angeluscious.com and purchase my cookbook. I do have a recipe in my cookbook for that as well. It doesn't have lobster claws. I decided to add the lobster claws to this. These lobster claws are going to make this stew absolutely fabulous. So I've seasoned my fishes, as you can see, the cayenne and the Himalayan salts, and I'm going to add them into my skillets. You want to make sure that the oil is extremely hot, and you don't want to stay all the way across the room and throw the fishes into the pan. Otherwise, it's going to splatter all over the place. So you gently want to just pick one up, hover it over the pan, as close to the pan as possible, and then you just want to lay it down very gently. Now, you can actually cut the fishes in half if you want to, but I prefer to leave it whole. And you can actually snip the ends, you know, those little tails. You can snip them off with the kitchen scissors, but I prefer to leave them whole just for my purpose. I like it because it's crispy. It gets crispy and it tastes like fish chips. I don't know about you, but I like that crunch. Now, I'm frying in oil. You can probably hear me say all the while that I'm not afraid to fry. Frying isn't bad. It's the oil that you use that is bad. I don't use corn or vegetable oils. I use heart healthy oils like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, things that I know that is good for my body. I'm into eating healthy foods. You want to fry it on each side for about 3 to 4 minutes. Fish doesn't take a long time to cook. 3 to 4 minutes is good enough time. If the fishes are larger, then you may want to fry it a little bit longer, but 3 to 4 minutes should be the maximum, more than 5. And then you want to give it a nice flip. So as you can see, it's looking lovely. The fishes has that opaque look, a little white that you see coming through there. So you know that your fishes are cooking. And I'll continue the cooking process until all my fishes are completely fried. Then I'll transfer to a plate. You definitely want to have something to transfer the fishes to so that we can begin to prepare the stew or the sauce. I'm using another skillet. So I fried in one pan and I'll use another pan. If you don't, you can always, wash and do whatever, but I'm using another skillet, and as you can see, I haven't added much oil. I used about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't fry with a lot of oil. I don't cook with a lot of oil except for when I'm frying. So I'm going to go ahead and add my onions now. And I'll just saute them until they get nice and softened and translucent. I don't like to add my garlic right away because garlic tends to burn easily when the heat is medium or high. unless I'm making garlic oil or something that requires a low and slow heat underneath it, then, I'll wait until later until I have enough liquid to prevent the garlic from burning. So I've got my onions here, added my tomatoes, and I'll just saute everything just so that it can release its juices and release the flavors, and all the flavors can marry well together. And then I'll go ahead and I will add my garlic because it has enough liquid here to prevent the garlic from burning. And what I'll do, I'll continue to give it a quick saute, continue to release the flavors. It's smelling lovely in here. I wish you could actually smell all the flavors. I know, I'm creating an awesome flavor profile, and I love bold flavors. I don't mind using lots of ingredients, especially when it's herbs and the spices and nothing artificial, no preservatives. It's fresh. It's good food fast. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my herbs. And if you'd like to get more detailed instructions on how to prepare stewed snapper, I do have a recipe in my cookbook. Simply log on to my website, Ange'luscious.com, and you can purchase my cookbook from my taste buds to yours. Now we're going to continue to saute, and then we'll add a little wine. You can add water if you'd like to, but I had a bottle of Chardonnay. It was almost done, and why not go ahead and use it? I cook with wine all the time, and it really adds major flavor. It changes the whole flavor profile to pretty much any dishes that I'm using. Now, I would not recommend cooking wine, so never ever do you go to the store or the supermarket and purchase cooking wine to cook with. Whatever wine, if it's good enough to drink, it's good enough to cook with it. So you have a bottle of wine laying around, you want to add it, to your dishes or your sauces. I also add vinegar to my sauces. I noticed that vinegar is a little tangy, but once it touches the heat, it somehow becomes sweet for some strange reason, I don't know. Once it's heated, it changes. So adding a little vinegar to your sauce, it also kind of cuts the rawness from the fish, but it adds that real nice, sweet, sort of tangy flavor to the sauce. My sauce is looking beautiful. It's almost time to add my lobster. I'm not going to add the fish as yet because I want to cook the lobster first. The lobsters, I did buy them frozen lobsters. Most of the times they're pretty much pre-cooked, so it will not require, a lot of cooking. So I'm adding the lobsters. I'm going to cook it for about maybe 3 minutes or so, but I'm going to give it, toss it nicely, with the sauce so that everything gets up into those claws. It's, it's pre-cracked. I want all the juices, all the flavors to get up in there. So with each bite, I'm tasting all these wonderful flavors from the sauce that we just prepared. We didn't add all these seasonings and herbs and just wonderful stuff in here for no reason. So we want to baste the lobster with all of this, and we're just going to leave it in there for about maybe 3 minutes or so. Like I said, we're going to cover it and allow it to do its thing. Feel all the love and everything in the pot. Assume all the wonderful love and the flavors and everything in there. And then we're going to remove it and set it aside and add the fishes. Now, isn't this amazing? You can actually stop right here. You can call it a lobster stew and, just eat it the way that it is right now. Enjoy it with rice, pasta, whatever you want, or just eat it simply by itself. It's absolutely delicious. It's delicious. Yes, like Ange'luscious, it is delicious. Look at that. Oh my God, I wish you could smell all of this wonderful stuff in here. Now, I've removed it, and it's time to add the fishes. The sauce is still looking lovely. The lobster is set aside, waiting to be added back to the pot after we're done, stewing the fishes and basting the fish with the stew. So that's where the term stew fish came in. So here we go. We're adding one fish at a time. That's right. There we go. You use your spatula and you gently place it into the pot. and you add as many fishes as you can. You know, you can turn them long ways, you can overlap, whatever you want to do, but you just gently place each fish into the pan. And that's what we're doing right now. I think I'm demonstrating extremely well for you. Any feedback that you have, it's welcome. Constructive criticism is welcome. If you're new to cooking, I do hope that I've given you some type of leeway or explained as much as I possibly can to assist you. I hope I've simplified everything for you. But right now, in the meantime, we're just going to continue to baste these fishes in this lovely, this delicious sauce. Just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Just look at that. Oh, wow. So yes, you want to continue to baste, you know, get all the love and all the juices on the fishes. I did save about 2 fishes to the side because I wanted to escabeche those. So, you know, I just wanted, sometimes I enjoy eating the fishes, just the fried fish, just eating it dry. So I did leave about 2 fishes on the side. But with these, I'm going to stew them, and I'm going to add the lobster back into the pot. Now, here we go. Now that's what's up. Yeah. Look at that. All the herbs, those are my herbs on there. I just, you know, I can eat them. You know, when you pop herbs, fresh herbs in your mouth, it has that taste. I can't really explain it, but it's just different. You know that you're eating something pure, something fresh. It's not artificial. Your taste buds, it tantalizes your taste buds. Your taste buds are like dancing. It's just an amazing experience. So this here is my lobster and fish stew, my seafood stew with snappers, yellowtail snappers, and lobster claws. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that you're going to go ahead and make, you know, cook some of this. It could be for, you know, a special occasion, or you could cook it just on a regular day. You can make quality, you know, restaurant quality meals at home. It's not hard to do. I just did it. You can do it too. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ange'luscious Authentic Dishes, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well.